Yes guys, Jess here, back with another video. You've had the title. We have a lot of topside liquidity piling up above us. We have Bitcoin about to hit a massive resistance level. So we need to be talking about if there's a massive breakout brewing or if this is just going to be a fake out when we move to the downside. You can see that Bitcoin's about to retest this massive level of support over here. So we actually broke out of this wedge pattern and we're actually retesting it right now. So again, this could be a failed breakout. We could just crash it towards the downside, or we could retest it and go parabolic. So you need to be seeing what my bias is, and we need to be covering all the relevant charts that I have prepared for you guys, and Ethereum as well. So make sure to be staying tuned to the end. But before we get into the analysis, make sure to smash up that like button. Let's try get above 20 likes this video. That'd be absolutely insane. And with that being said, let's get straight away in towards this banger. Bow. Now we can see Bitcoin's already retesting this level of support over here. So hopefully, in my opinion, I think that if we're going to be testing this level, we're going to see that massive reaction towards the upside. We can see previously on my video, I had the picture down there of that bullish breakout, and it looks like we're having a nice falling wedge pattern. And typically, if you had a previous move towards the upside, it's likely that you get a response in the same fashion after you have that consolidation. So in my opinion, I'm looking for a move similar to this. Once we retest this level, I do see us actually having a massive breakout towards the upside, and then we can determine whether this is going to be some distribution before we actually start to come towards the downside, or if we're just going to consolidate again and then continue to move towards the upside. So in summary, in my opinion, it looks like we're retesting now before we actually start to move towards the upside. Now, a lot of people were saying that this is a retest before we come towards the downside, and this was my opinion. I said that it's not likely that we're going to just reach this level of resistance and then just start to move towards the downside. In my opinion, we're just going to shadow through, and you can see we're already doing that. So I'm just going to extend this line over here, and you can see that it's likely we're going to continue to move towards the upside. So let's just leave the drawing there and see what happens. And yeah, you can see we tested this fair value gap, but we didn't really come deep enough. And I said that, in my opinion, that was a massive trap. We kind of grabbed liquidity towards the downside, shown by this orange semicircle here, just like we grabbed the top side liquidity there. So in my opinion, I took a long position, so we can check on how that is doing. And you can see on PropW, so you can see on PropW, we're up about 3% so far in our position, so that's looking quite good. And we can check on HyroTrader as well. We took this $67,000 position, and it's doing well so far. So we need to just be patient and be waiting for our trades to be playing out, because this is just the start. So in my opinion, I see us trading in and around the 130k region. So I'm going to be waiting for us to see what's going to be happening at this resistance level. If we're going to be breaking above it, then I do see us actually rocketing all the way up to the $132,000 region. So this was when we were dumping, and this was where I was calling it a massive bear trap because of the M2 global liquidity. And when you put it with a lag, so about 105-day lag I've put it on, you can see that it perfectly lines up with the Bitcoin price. And you can see the M2 had a minor pullback before massive expansion, and that's exactly what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. But right now, we're approaching resistance over here, so we need to be seeing if this is going to be a massive trap, and if this is going to be the point where we actually start to come towards the downside. We need to be cautious and be checking. In my opinion, I think this resistance could be a minor one. If not, we've already kind of tagged it here, and we're already having a pullback. And after we tested 50 AMA on the 4-hour, I do see us having enough fuel to actually start to break towards the upside with no real pullbacks. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have the majority of the liquidity piling up above us. You can see that the downside liquidity has all been grabbed already, and there's not as much below. But above us, the majority of liquidity actually sits there. So in my opinion, this is going to be the next move for Bitcoin. We're going to be moving above 120k and in towards price discovery. So be staying tuned, be keeping on watching the videos, make sure you're liking the videos, and make sure you have your accounts ready to be taking these trades. So if you're liking the video and you're agreeing with my opinion, make sure to smash up that like button first of all, and also make sure to check out the first link down below. So that first link down below is for HyroTrader. Now HyroTrader is a crypto proprietary trading firm, and using my link you can get a nice 5% off, which will definitely help to support the channel. Also, that will get you a nice discount too with your purchase. That's code Jezza to get 5% off your valuation over there. Now you may ask, what is HyroTrader and what is this partnership that I do have with HyroTrader? And I'll just explain that quickly. So as you can see by the website, HyroTrader is a crypto proprietary trading firm offering you up to 200k to trade with. So in my opinion, I believe that we're going to have a massive altcoin season, and Bitcoin is still going to go a lot higher. So this is one way to make a lot of money if you don't have a lot of capital to start with in your Bybit account. Now, one reason I recommend HyroTrader is the fact that you get to trade on Bybit. So I've literally just taken a Bitcoin position right now, and you can see that I'm taking on Bybit as well, and it's looking the exact same. So all you're using is the demo trading feature, and it's actually using an API to copy your trades onto the HyroTrader platform, so you can be getting paid if you're making a lot of profit. So if I scroll down, you can see that you have different challenge sizes. You can go for a challenge size up to 200k, but for example, if you wanted to go for a 10k account, you can see that you get a nice discount with my code Jezza, and that gives you a nice 5% off. And of course, you have different phases that you have to go for. So you can go for a 1-step challenge or a 2-step challenge. 1-step challenge, you do have less of a drawdown. However, the 2-step challenge, you have more drawdown to go with. And your profit target is a little bit more. And you have 2 phases instead of 1. However, once you do pass the challenge, you do get your money back using a 2-step challenge. So I definitely do recommend that you go for the 2-step challenge if you are definitely interested. Now looking at the second link, you have reviews, and for whatever reason, if you don't want to be using HyroTrader, you can see over here that I have a second link over here for PropW, and PropW is another crypto proprietary trading firm that allows you to trade just like you're trading on CoinW. So it's a subsidiary, and I definitely recommend that you check out that second link if you don't want to be using HyroTrader for whatever reason. But yes guys, as you can see, I'm going to be having a private VIP group with HyroTrader, and definitely, if you guys purchase an account, make sure to be messaging me on Telegram, and I'll add you guys to the group where I'm going to be alerting trade signals. So just check the description, my Telegram's right here. Once you do purchase the challenge, make sure to send me confirmation of that, and I'll add you guys to the group. So definitely be checking out HyroTrader if you want to be getting involved in that. Now looking at Ethereum, you can see Ethereum's already breaking out towards the upside. We circled the point where we were actually retesting this level, and I said that this is going to be a massive low, and I'm going to be expecting Ethereum to be going towards the upside. And you can see that's exactly what's happened for Ethereum. That's actually looking quite good. And on the higher time frames, it looks like Ethereum is ready to just continue to rocket towards the upside, similar to what happened back over here in 2020. So it's likely we're in this phase right now, and it's not likely we're going to be seeing Ethereum return to the mid-range. So in my opinion, I will not be getting bearish on Ethereum here. And I think that this is a decent opportunity to be picking up your favorite altcoins. I think the worst case scenario would be some sort of a consolidation for Ethereum, just because of this Wyckoff schematic. You can see we followed all the relevant pieces of the Wyckoff schematic Creek Spring test. We had a beautiful retest over there, and you can see that we had a last point of strength, and we jumped across the creek already. So the worst thing we can see is a consolidation, which will just be a sign of strength before we actually start to move in towards phase E. So yeah, that's looking quite good for Ethereum. Yeah, before I end up the video, make sure to comment down your favorite altcoins, because this is the time where altcoins are going to be going parabolic. So I don't mind covering 1 or 2 altcoins during my videos and just showing you the charts and showing you where I think the altcoin is going to be going, purely based on the TA mainly. I may look at some fundamentals and show you guys the tokenomics if I like the project or not, but I'll be using a lot of TA for a lot of your altcoin requests. So make sure to be commenting down below your favorite altcoins. But yeah, that'll be it for me. Make sure to be following me on Twitter to be staying up with all my relevant updates over here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed rest of your day. Peace guys, see ya, bye bye.